Good morning and welcome to Today in Putnam County, hosted by Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter, the show that takes a look at the events and what's happening all around Putnam County, as well as interviews with local, community, and business leaders. And now, sharing his insights and experience, here's Today in Putnam County with County Mayor Randy Porter.
Good day, and thanks for joining us this week for Today in Putnam County. I'm County Mayor Randy Porter. Hope you have a great weekend going on. Our show this week is about one of my favorite events and a great nonprofit organization we have here in Putnam County. I'm talking about Cooking on the Square and Habitat for Humanity. My guests this week are Casey Overstreet, Amanda Selby, and Ashley Martin with Habitat, and we're going to talk about this great event. Guys, it's rolling around. Another year's gone by. Time for Cooking on the Square for Habitat. And I always said we have a lot of great nonprofits in our community, okay? And we try to support all of them. But Cooking on the Square is so easy for me because all I have to do is walk out of my office, take my bowl out, get me a bowl, come back, eat that, and just, what do they call that? Return, go return, and duplicate it over and over again. But it's a great event. It's coming up. So there may be people, though, that have moved to Cookeville or don't know what Cooking on the Square is. So, Casey, can you give us a little rundown?
I'm so happy to talk about Cooking on the Square. I really feel like it's a Cookeville signature event. Where else do you go and you see every side almost of the courthouse square shut down for 2 hours in the middle of the day and about 3,000 people walking around enjoying all-you-can-eat gumbo, jambalaya, desserts, drinks, and it's all for a purpose. We call it our Party for a Purpose because the goal is to help our local Habitat affiliate help them fund homes.
Building homes.
That's right.
It's a great event. And this is the 28th year?
28th year.
That's
isn't
amazing,
that hard
isn't
to
it?
believe?
Yes. That it's been that long. This thing was originally, Don Calcode and John Clemens back, because I knew John from the fire department, worked together for years, and they kind of came up with this idea, and I'm not sure they realized it was going to be the hit that it has been. How did they, Amanda?
No, not one bit, and we're thankful for it, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great deal. So give us the dates and all the details, because you've got some new stuff this year, right?
We do.
Yeah, absolutely. So Cooking on the Square is going to be the last Friday in October, which will be Friday, October the 25th. Gates open at 11, runs from 11 to 1. And this year we have a couple different ticket options.
Golden Bowl here.
Golden ticket,
Golden ticket, okay.
Yeah, it's essentially like your Fast Pass skip the line ticket. So for $40, you can purchase a ticket. You can pick up your bowl ahead of the week before the event at Habitat, in the pottery studio at the Habitat office. So you can pick up your bowl ahead of time, and then the day of the event, you can simply just walk in the event with your bowl and a sticker.
Not having to worry about standing in line to get your bowl. And that's usually where the slow spot is.
Yes. It's hard to get 3,000 people through two lines in
that short amount of
time.
You know, I'm watching the lines, it'll line up all the way down by the funeral home and all the way back up to the courthouse. You may have 400 or 500 people standing in line at any given time. This is going to alleviate that, though, right?
Yes, that's what we're hoping. A lot of people only have an hour for lunch, and sometimes are not able to stand in line for that long to get in. And so we're hoping that this really help with the long lines.
Well, I think it will. And so let's talk about tickets. If you want to come to Cooking on the Square, if you don't already know what it is, you need to come. This is one of our premier events, and you will have a great time because you will see people that you haven't seen all year. It's like it's a homecoming, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it always was. When my husband and I lived away from Cookeville, we would actually drive home for Cooking on the Square. We would reserve
just
that.
To get to see everybody.
Just to get to see everybody because it's just like a friend reunion. It's a beautiful thing.
It is. It's a social gathering for sure. So how do they get tickets? How do folks get tickets?
You've got a few options to get tickets. You can always go online at uchabitat.org, get them online. You can get the golden ticket and our regular general admission, or you can go by several local banks, or you can just take a visit over to the Habitat office.
And pick them up there.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't happen without a lot of sponsors, though, does it? I mean, our community, we live in a great community.
We do.
Okay?
We're so blessed.
It is. We've been talking about the floods in East Tennessee from the hurricane and over in the Carolinas, and we got all these places that we've been taking up donations and sending to, and it just seems like any time that we need something in our community or someone else needs help, our community turns out. And they turn out for you, for Habitat.
We have quite a bit of sponsors. This year we're presented by Baird Private Wealth Management. They're our Grand Marshal. We also have our street sponsors, including Truist Bank, Averitt Express, Cookeville Ford, Ryan Williams, Cookeville Regional Medical Center, the Realty Firm, and Putnam County elected officials. We also have a few other sponsors. We've got Paul Bailey along with us this year.
Got a bunch of sponsors.
We do. We have a lot of sponsors, and we're so thankful for them.
Well, and let's think about our cook and bake teams as well. We could not have this event without their support. 65 cook teams, 14, 15 bake teams, 7, 8 drink teams. I mean, again, you can only feed 3,000 people in such a short amount of time by having the help of so many. And we're so thankful for our local businesses, churches, other nonprofit organizations that lock arms with us and make this event possible.
To have 65 cook teams. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? That you get that many people that would want to come out, go through all that preparation that they're doing to make whatever they're making, and to stand there and serve it and then clean up and everything. They're dedicating almost a whole day to doing that.
Yeah, and I was actually talking with a client yesterday who is also one of our cook teams. They've been involved with Cooking on the Square for years. And for them, it is a family event.
Yeah.
Their whole family comes from all over the state and they participate. And, it really hit home for me and brought it full circle. The great things that Habitat is doing in our community and how we live in such a great community where people really want to love on our community.
So how do you get all these bowls? I mean, you're trying to do 3,000 people there in a couple hours, but it's got to take a long time to make all these bowls. Tell us about how that process works.
Yeah, I think what we have to understand is that this is something that happens year-round at Habitat. Our dear, dear friend, Becky Burnett, we cannot brag on her enough. We call her our bowl queen. She runs the Habitat Pottery Studio year-round, does bowl-a-thons, right? We partner with a pottery studio in Nashville, and they throw so many bowls for us as well. And then recently, Becky got a special honor. And Amanda, you want to tell us about that?
So Becky is celebrating her 10th anniversary with Habitat. And so in honor of her and the Pottery Studio, they just named the Pottery Studio the Becky Burnett Pottery Studio and gave her an amazing sign. It was presented the other day. So we just want to thank her for her time with Habitat and her dedication as well, and her whole group of volunteers as well that help her.
Yeah, I mean, that's another army.
Yeah. And there's a lot of local artists that come in to the studio and help Becky. And without them, it wouldn't be possible either. Right. I don't know if you were Rotary. Becky came and did a bowl throwing demonstration to our Rotary Club. And it was
amazing.
It was fantastic.
And that's a lot of work, though, when you spend time consuming to think to make that many bowls, and you start looking and you hardly see two that look the same. I mean, they're all different.
They're each a piece of art.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great event. We're talking about Cooking on the Square. It's put on by Habitat for Humanity. I've got Casey Overstreet, Amanda Selby, and Ashley Martin with me today, and we're talking about that. It's coming up. It's the last Friday in October, and it's from 11 to 1. Just a great event. Got 65 cooking teams that are going to be around the square. We'll shut the square down that day for a few hours. It's a social event that you don't want to miss. We got to take a break. You're listening to Today in Putnam County. I'm your host, County Mayor Randy Porter. Stay with us.
And now back to Today in Putnam County, hosted by Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter.
Welcome back to Today in Putnam County. I'm your host, County Mayor Randy Porter. Hope you're having a great weekend. Our show this week, it's about one of my favorite events and a great nonprofit we have here in Putnam County called Cooking on the Square. It's the 28th year for this event. We shut down the square and bring all these 65-something cook teams in, and it's the social event of the year for Putnam County, but you're also helping a nonprofit come in and help build homes here in Putnam County. So today I've got my guests, Casey Overstreet, Amanda Selby, and Ashley Martin. They're with Habitat, and we're here talking about it. So let's recap. Somebody missed the first segment, Casey, as to when this is and how people get tickets.
Yes, Cooking on the Square is always the last Friday in October, so just go ahead and put that as a repeat on your calendar.
Every year.
Every year. This year that falls on October 25th. We will open up the gates at 11 o'clock. It'll last until 1 o'clock. All you can eat gumbo, jambalaya, Cajun fare, and all you can eat sweets on Sweet Street. You can get your tickets in advance at the Habitat office on Spring Street. You can also purchase them at most local banks, or you can go online to uchabitat.org.
And this helps Habitat build homes. I think you have built, like 92 homes already?
We just blessed our 92nd home at Habitat.
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
I remember when the first one, they came to me, because this is back when I was at the 911 director, and we were assigning addresses for subdivision plats, and they came in and said, Randy, we're going to do this subdivision down here off of Burgess Falls Road down in there, and it's Habitat. And I said, what is Habitat? And I went and looked up and figured out what it was, and I thought, this is going to be great. I don't think anybody could have dreamed it would have been as great as it is with all the homes you've been able to build. And there's a fallacy out there we'll make sure that we knock out. You're not building homes and giving them away.
No.
You're building homes, and these people are taking mortgages, and they're paying for that home. It's just... you're getting builders to come in and donate their time. Organizations, groups are donating their time, donate materials and everything to these homes, so that there's not as much cost into it as a regular home. But these people are getting an opportunity that they'd never have an opportunity otherwise to be able to have a home, right?
Yep, affordable housing is what we're here for.
And they all have done a great job. 92 homes, it's unbelievable, and to be able to do that. And so that's what all these funds are going to, is to help build those homes. One thing that's going to happen this year, love her heart, Pam Ely. Just miss her so bad, and she was just such a great person. And she lived and breathed Habitat, didn't she?
She did.
100%, yeah.
I mean, I know she started as a volunteer and worked her way up and then became the director for a lot of years. And we lost Pam a while back. And but you're going to do something special for her this year.
Yeah, we are. The board has decided, the Habitat board has decided to place a commemorative bench in Pam's honor on the courthouse square. So thank you, Mayor Porter, for allowing us to do that. Because what we know about Pam is that she was all about Habitat, and she would not want the attention to be on her. She would say, no, you just, focus on Habitat, focus on the families that we're helping, but we have to honor Pam in this way. We have to honor her legacy in this way. I had the privilege of serving on the Habitat board many, many years ago when Pam was still the development director at that time, and her heart never wavered from Habitat.
Never.
Her heart never wavered from this community. And so, Amanda, you want to tell us a little bit about the bench that the board has chosen to honor Pam with?
Well, I don't want to give away too much about it. It is going to be a very nice surprise. It is a beautiful bench. We've got images of it. A few of our board members got together in a committee and put it all together to make this happen. And I believe it will be there Tuesday before Cooking on the Square, and it will be there hopefully forever.
Yeah, it's going to be a great thing to honor. And every year, I mean, not just at Cooking on the Square, but all the other events we're going to have, it will be there, plaque to honor her, and so folks will remember her. Big thing I remember about Pam is I couldn't say no.
No.
If she called, I don't care what it was, she called and said, Randy, do you think you can help us with this? Yeah, Pam, we'll figure out a way. And it just, she was such a sweetheart, but I could not say no to that lady.
Absolutely not.
I think she just said, Randy, can you jump off the courthouse for Cooking on the Square? Well, Pam, I'll try. I'll survive.
And you knew that she was asking for something that she had prayed about, that she believed in. That's how I got started with Cooking on the Square. She called me up one day and said, Casey, I want to talk to you about something, and I want you to pray about it. And, how do you say no? Yeah.
You can't say no. She was really a God-fearing, God-loving woman and brought God into Habitat. I mean, there's no lie to tell here. That's Habitat is all about trying to do what you think God would have you to do, and always is a part of it.
Yes,
it's it is. It's a ministry. I mean, you think of the people's lives that Habitat has touched. I mean, I come to a lot of your groundbreakings and the ribbon cuttings you have for the houses, and to see those families and to see the looks on their faces, to know that they have got a home that they never dreamed that they would have, and that they've got that, what do you call it, sweat equity? Is that what y'all...
It's sweat equity. They've got much pride in their home as well due to the volunteer hours that they have to put in just to get to the point where they are. I mean, I don't know how many hours exactly that it is that they have to volunteer and do, but they work on their home. They work on other homes and help others. And then some of them become, especially a little neighborhood when the new house is being built, is a community for each other. Yeah. They pray on each other. They talk to each other. Their kids play together. And it's just a sense of pride that they've got, not only helping build their home with everybody else.
Well, they've got skin in the game, don't they?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, they could become that little community. The west side that you did, the development there, and wow. I remember driving by and looking at that after Pam called me, and I thought, there is no way that they're going to turn this into. I mean, it was grown up. You couldn't see anything. It just looked terrible. And to see it today is absolutely amazing. Give us an update on where we're at on that, and how many spaces do you have left, or where we at?
We're not sure exactly. We're still in the planning for the very last phase over there. Not too sure how many more lots we can get in. It is in development, though, so we can finish that out fully.
It's been a great community project. I mean, you got Tennessee Tech that owned the land that, I don't know if they gave it or sold it or what they did to Habitat, but without that, you would not have the land to be able to build these houses on. And that area over there was, I mean, it's an old section of town, and it needed something like this to build it up. And the city and county has upgraded the park now that's beside of it, and it's just a great little community.
I mean, I'll never forget the first time I pulled in for a home dedication, and I had no idea that it even existed. You know, I didn't know how to get back there or anything, but I pulled in and my jaw just dropped because these homes are so beautiful, and they really have just created a community within a community back there. I know they take care of one another and take pride in their homes.
It is unbelievable. You're not just Putnam County anymore.
No, not anymore.
Out. Yeah, no. Talk about that. What's the plans and what's going on?
We are now in Overton County. We're in the process of finalizing DeKalb County, and we're starting our chapter in White County.
That's
so
amazing.
It is truly Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity.
Wouldn't Pam Ely be so
It's actually in her dream plan, and
Yeah.
we're going to try to make it accomplished.
Yeah.
Well, if you can do it here, shouldn't be a reason we can't do it in the other counties too, right? They have the same needs that we do.
And that's true.
Probably on a smaller basis. You know, they don't have as many citizens, but still on a smaller basis. That's amazing.
I just want to put a plug in for the women's build. Habitat is working on doing a women's build, and so I think they're in the development stages of that right now, putting together the teams. But that'll be something that's really fun to get involved in.
A group of women. Did you do this last year? Was that the first year, or have you done it yet?
It's been a couple years since we've done the women's
Okay.
build. We're bringing it back. It's going to be great. We actually had our first meeting yesterday for the teams, and I'm on my team. It's going to be fun. You can sign up online if you still want to register a team at uchabitat.org, and you can join others as well on there.
So you're going to have teams of ladies that are going to come together and actually build one of the houses.
Yeah,
Yep.
of course. And, hopefully the goal is some of these local businesses can get together and put together teams, and, they can schedule times to go work on the house or do their own sweat equity, in addition to fundraising goals as well.
That's amazing. That is great. And that's going to happen sometime in the next several months.
Yeah, like I said, they're in the process. We just had our meeting yesterday, and so that is in the works. And I think the official home build should start next year.
Great. Hey, we're talking about Habitat for Humanity, one of our great local nonprofits. We got Cooking on the Square coming up. It's going to be the last Friday in October, as always. It's October 25th, 11 to 1. I got Ashley and Amanda and Casey here with Habitat, and we're talking about it. We got one more segment to tell you about it. Stay with us, but we got to take a break.
And now back to Today in Putnam County, hosted by Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter.
Welcome back to Today in Putnam County. I'm your host, County Mayor Randy Porter. Hey, I hope you're having a great weekend. Our show this week is all about one of our great nonprofit organizations. It's called Habitat for Humanity. I'm sure you've heard of them. Do a great job in our community of allowing folks to be able to afford homes. They help build homes that people put sweat equity into, and then they assume the mortgage on the home, and these folks might never have a chance to have a home if it wasn't for Habitat. They built about 92 of them so far in Habitat's history, and they're having an event coming up. It's one of the great ones that we have. It's a great social event. It's great to everybody get together and support a great nonprofit. It's called Cooking on the Square. My guests today are Casey Overstreet, Amanda Selby, and Ashley Martin with Habitat. Casey, 28th.
That's right.
Cooking on the Square. I haven't made all of them, but I've made a bunch of them.
I think I've made close, but not all.
There's been a few. We never know what the weather's going to be, do we?
That's true. That's true.
I have been there when it was snowing. I have
Yep.
been there when it was raining. I've been there when it was the sun shining and you thought it was a summer day.
That's right.
You just never know, but it's always a great event, and people still come. It doesn't make any difference what the weather's going to be.
Rain or
because
shine.
it's a great event. So let's talk about it. It is October the 25th. It's always the last Friday in October, 11 to 1. We're going to shut the square down and have it. Tell folks about how they can get tickets. And you got a special thing going this year with the golden tickets.
We do. We have a variety of ticket options this year. You can go online and purchase a ticket at uchabitat.org, or you can go by the Habitat office here in town, or most local banks are selling tickets right now. There are a couple of different options. The one that we're really excited about is our golden ticket option, and that's a $40 donation to Habitat. You get your beautiful hand-thrown bowl, but the difference is you get to pick that bowl up a week in advance at the Habitat office, so you get to see the pottery studio. Take a little bit more time to pick out your bowl than you would the day of the event.
And no waiting in line.
No waiting in line. You'll get your bowl and your sticker. It's important that you wear your sticker the day of the event. And what that will allow you to do is walk directly into the event and skip the line. And so that golden ticket option is one that we're really excited about.
That's worth the little extra amount you're paying to do that.
Because you remember, you're just helping even more build a home for Habitat.
And you're not having to wait in line. You go in and start eating.
That's
you get to
right.
eat more, right?
Now, if you enjoy waiting in line and chit-chatting with all the people around you, you can purchase your $30 general admission ticket. And what that means is you can go to that local bank or go online or the Habitat office, purchase that $30 ticket, and then you'll just wait in line and come into the event when we open the gates. Or you can wait until the day of, and that's a $45 ticket the day of the event.
So it just depends on what you want to do, right?
That's right.
And how much you want to pay for the tickets. But the good thing about it is, no matter which one you do, it all goes to Habitat.
It's all a donation to Habitat. That's right.
Help build houses. Talk about, you do an award, maybe a couple awards each year. You got 65 cook teams that are going to be participating in cooking all this food. Talk about the awards that you give out each year.
I mean, unfortunately, it's not a cooking award. It's more about
come
decor.
on,
I know.
So we've been planning on trying to win this award, and so we've just been doing that for nothing all these years then, right?
No. It's not a food competition. It's not all about taste, but it is. But that's not the competition. Competition is actually how you decorate. So we've got an award just for our cook team. It is the Gumbo Yaya, sponsored by Real Estate Professionals of Tennessee. They'll go around, check out all of our cook teams' booths, and see who's got the most enthusiasm, who's decorated the best, and the most theme with it. And then, of course, you can't leave out our bake team. Our bake team's got the King Cake Award for their decor, and that is sponsored by Highlands Elite Real Estate this year. And same thing, just make sure everyone decorates and have fun, the enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been spending all our time on our food. We need to be spending it on the decorating.
Both.
Too,
it's
right?
it's a both and.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, too, your honoring Pam Ely. God bless her. We miss her so much. She was the face of Habitat for many years. We're recognizing her and honoring her this year at the Cooking on the Square. Tell us about that.
So this year we're going to have a memorial bench placed over at the courthouse square. It's going to have a plaque, and it's actually going to have a QR code on it that you can scan with your phone, and it will lead you to the Habitat site where you will see just nothing but photos and information about Pam's history and legacy that she is leaving with us.
Bless her heart. She was such a big part of Habitat.
She was.
There's a bad rumor going around that I want to put it to bed today, okay? I heard a rumor that Casey Overstreet, that this was her last year. That's not true, right?
Wish that was the case.
Casey, what are you doing?
It's true. I'm leaving it in such great hands, though. Ashley and Amanda are going to just take this event and run it forward. It's been such an honor the past 10 years to be able to lead this event. I'm so proud of what Amanda and I and the entire team have been able to accomplish over the last 10 years. We've added Sweet Street. We've added another entrance. We've achieved our fundraising goals that we've set in years past. The event has just,
it's grown so much.
Exponentially. And so I know that now is the right time to step away. Like I said, leaving it in amazing hands. And next year, TJ and I just get to walk around the square and hold our bowl and enjoy the community and how they've all come together to bless Habitat. So it's bittersweet, but it's right. So.
Well, and the other part of the rumor is that you're running for governor this time. Would you like to go ahead and announce that
Now,
today?
we know that's not true.
Well, you've been great for Habitat. You
Thank
really
you.
have. You and TJ are such a intricate part of our community with all y'all do with your church and
Thank
with
you.
Highland Rim School and
Yes,
everything.
yeah.
I don't know how you do it, kids. And
We love our community, and we know that the Lord has equipped us to give back with the skills and talents and abilities that He's given us. And so we want our kids to love this community as much as we do. And so any chance we have to give back, we want to.
well, God bless you.
Thank
You and
you.
TJ both have done a great job in
Thank you.
doing that, and we're so proud you're in our community. If people want to get involved, if they want to donate to Habitat, if they want to volunteer to help build one of the houses, anything like that, how do they go about doing that?
The best way for them to do it is to go to uchabitat.org. Right there, we've got on there's a donate button, there's a volunteer button. Anything you absolutely need is going to just direct you right there.
And you're in need of everything you do is based on donations, right?
Yep.
But it's also based on volunteers. You're out building these houses. You need folks that are willing to come out and donate a few hours or a day or a week or whatever to help build these houses. It's amazing the turnout that helps from those. Another thing, we've got a minute or two left. Habitat Restore. Folks need to know about that and where it's located at, and that's a big part of your organization too, right?
Yeah, so the Habitat Restore is located at Big R. If anybody has any donations they would like to make to the Restore, whether it be furniture, decor, they accept those donations there at the Habitat Restore.
Yeah, you just drop them off instead of taking them and to the dump or whatever, and take the used furniture and stuff and take it there, and then there's folks that is going to take it and reuse it then, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if you've been in there lately.
I have.
But
It
they,
is amazing.
Yeah, they have some really nice stuff
They do.
that you can get at affordable prices.
They used to do pickup. Do you still do that or not?
Yeah, so if somebody has some furniture that they need to be picked up, say they're moving, and you can actually contact the Restore office and they will come and pick it up for you.
That is great. That is, it is amazing that all the many things that Habitat is got. You got new offices out on Highway 70 now. Yes. Y'all are just growing. It's unbelievable. We're going to have to increase the size of the square if we get Cooking on the Square any bigger, aren't we?
We can just get that last quarter right over on the
just
other
that
side, and then we'll just have it all the way
little piece.
around.
Just have it all the way around. That'd be great. Let's have that as a goal for the future. Okay?
All right, friends, go for it.
We have to bring you back, Casey. We're going to do that one. Guys, thank you for being on the show this week. I appreciate what y'all do and volunteering and helping with Habitat. It's a great organization. It's a great event. And, hey, we look forward to it.
Thank you for having
Yes,
us.
thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Hey, that's our show for this week, but I want to announce a couple little events that we've got coming up. November 9th at 10:30 is our Veterans Parade. That'll be at the downtown square. We'll start on Broad Street and go to the depot, and we'll have a little ceremony before. It'll start at 10:30 and the parade immediately following. So come out and join us as we honor our veterans in Putnam County. We love them, and we always want to honor them. And then we got a new event coming up, and we're just now announcing it. Been looking for something that will be a free event. I hear that from a lot of folks, that have an event where the kids can come out, enjoy themselves, and it be a free event. So you ask for it, you're going to get it. November the 30th. It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving from 2 to 5 p.m. We're going to do Christmas on the Square. We're going to have train rides and games and bounce houses and photos with Santa. It's also Shop Local weekend where we asked everybody to shop local with our merchants. And then the finale at 5 o'clock is going to be the lighting of all the lights and the Christmas tree and everything around the square. So that's going to be November the 30th at 2 to 5. We'll have more details coming up as we get a little closer. Thanks for being with us this weekend. I hope you'll join us every weekend for Today in Putnam County right here on all the family of stations. May God continue to bless Putnam County.
You've been listening to Today in Putnam County, hosted by Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter.